Can we just define Christian nationalism? Because this is not a rigorous philosophy at this point. It's just a buzz phrase used to throw at people you don't like that are further to the right of you. By some people's standard, I'd be an anti-Christian nationalist, but by some people's standard, I would be a super Christian nationalist. So what does this even mean at this point?
I think one way to define Christian nationalism or the exclusive incorporation of Christian ideals and messaging in a government's speeches, documents, laws, all of that jazz. He's talked about a lot of religions are the way to approaching the truth. I want to keep the separation of church and state. I don't think that any religious persuasion should be in the speeches and the governance and the laws
Back
of a
to
country.
your definitions. Again, by both of those definitions, James Tallarico is a Christian nationalist because he has said he's going to be led by his Christian convictions, albeit his progressive interpretation of Christianity. But by that logic, he's a Christian nationalist. So is a Christian nationalist only when it's being done on the right and not on the left? Because he's very well saying, I think Jesus teaches this, therefore I'm going to implement policies like this. That's what he's doing. The way people define Christian nationalism is so silly at this point. It's just whatever you don't like that's further to the right of me.
I would ask, and I want to understand, when you say that the way in which you're defining Christian nationalism is like these references, I mean, the Declaration of Independence is also quite clear. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator. But we do have religious tendencies. But most of our founding fathers very much believed in prayer. I say this quite comfortably as a Jew, that we Jews need to be thankful to Christians. Christians brought messianic expectations. Christians brought monotheism to societies in ways that Jews never did.
Oh, and to add to that, you like separation of church and state. Historians agree that the separation of church and state was a Christian idea. It came out of Jesus saying, render to Caesar this things that are Caesar. Then it goes through Augustine's City of God, goes into the Augsburg Confession, and it starts to manifest in, again, the Protestant Reformation to what we got here. So it's a Christian idea. Is being pro-separation of church and state mean you want Christian ideas in the government and therefore you're a Christian nationalist?
Now, I'll agree with you that I don't want governors and presidents talking about God this and the Bible that. And certainly Tallarico has had a lot of religious language as a candidate. And I would condemn him if he comes into government and makes woke Christianity like the official state religion of Texas.
I just kind of get a little annoyed with, if he was a conservative, MAGA hardcore, people would be condemning him as an authoritarian, MAGA Christian nationalist. But he's talking about Jesus so much, and everyone on the left is like, oh, bravo, bravo, this is great. But by your own logic, we on the right should be calling him an authoritarian Christian nationalist.